Bonsoir, good evening, and welcome to our second annual information meeting. My name is Tom Maston, and I'm the chairperson of the Board of Trustees of the CBE Pension Plan. We are very proud of the outcomes of the plan to date and where it stands today, which our presenters will share with you in further detail this evening. So without further ado, I'm pleased to welcome Yves Plourde, who will speak to the plan's most recent actuarial valuation report. This report analyzes the funding health of the plan, and the information provided from that report guides our decisions, such as if cost of living adjustments can be provided, and if so, how much. This analysis is done annually.
Given the continued healthy financial position of the plan at the beginning of 2024, with a funded ratio of over 132%, the trustees were able to provide a COLA of 3.11%, which will be effective on January 1st, 2025. This COLA, again, covers the full inflation in Canada. The board is introducing a system of traffic lights this year. The traffic light was identified as a quick and easy way to transmit information about the financial status of the pension plan and its ability to provide COLA. The traffic light will change color depending on the level of the open group funded ratio of the plan. In turn, the level of the funded ratio provides you with an indication of the ability of the plan to provide COLA. A green light indicates that the funded ratio for the plan exceeds 120%. A funded ratio of over 120% indicates that the plan is in a healthy financial position and that it can provide COLA for that year. As you can appreciate, with a funded ratio that is currently at a level of 132.2%, the plan is currently showing a green light, is in a very healthy financial position, and can provide COLA. This yellow light would mean that COLA can be granted most of the time, but that it may be less than full inflation. That means that there will also be years while under a yellow light, COLA may not be provided. Finally, a red light would mean that the plan's funded ratio has fallen below 105%. This means that the plan is not able to award COLA while the funded ratio is at that level. So COLA would stop. Furthermore, there is a heightened risk of increases in contributions, as those would appear when and if the plan's funded ratio falls below 100% for 2 years in a row. And finally, under a red light, the possibility of a reduction in benefits will be a concern. The trustees certainly hope that they will never have to show the plan membership a red light. If we now look back at the years since 2015, if the trustees had initiated this communication tool at that time, we can confirm that the plan has consistently been in a green light status because the funded ratio has never dropped below 120%. This means that the plan has remained in a healthy financial position over the last decade, with an ability to provide consistent and predictable COLA throughout these years. In conclusion, I can confirm that your plan is in a healthy financial position, is fully expected to continue to provide the benefits that it was designed to provide, even in the face of high inflation, high interest rates, and everlasting financial market uncertainty.
Thank you, Yves. Next, we will have a presentation from Vescor, the plan's chosen investment manager and administrative services provider. Providing us an update in these key areas is Vescor's new president and chief executive officer, Sean Hewitt. Welcome, Sean.
Thank you, Tom, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Over the past 12 years, plan's assets have grown by nearly $2 billion. We've been able to enjoy very strong returns over the past 10 years, both while Vescor has managed the plan and prior to Vescor managing the plan. And over the last 10 years, The plan has earned an investment return of 6.85%. And importantly, that rate is able to support benefit payments because it exceeds the assumed discount rate. Some figures on the administration of the plan. Over 4,700 member contacts from this plan alone in 2023 that came into our member services team and does each year, which includes emails, phone calls, and in-person meetings, all serviced here in New Brunswick. Of those 4,700 member and employer contacts, that translated into roughly 1,900 applications in 2023. That would include official pension estimates, retirements, purchases of service, terminations, and others. Now, importantly, if you did interact with a member of our member services team, you would have received a short survey. Our member satisfaction scores remain quite high with a 95% satisfaction rate, which we are pleased to report. And importantly, our cost per member for our administration services remain very competitive. Based on national peer benchmarking that we do, Bestcore's pension administration services rank the second lowest amongst our peer group at $108 per member. And in summary, we are a central resource for plan members and their employers, and we have a wealth of resources available. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Our member services team are available Monday to Friday, 8:15 a.m. to 4:30, and you can see the number and the email is listed on the slide.
If there are three things I hope you take away from this evening, they would be: 1, the plan is well funded and in a healthy position. 2, we have been in a position to award cost of living adjustments to members annually, and that's to both active and retirement members, helping your future or current pensions keep up with inflation. The next adjustment announced today will be applied as of January 1, 2025. This is an extremely positive outcome, especially when considering that some peer plans have no cost of living adjustments, and in some cases are not fully funded and remain at risk. And 3, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact Bestcore for answers. Their member services team is a resource that is available to you 5 days per week. Call, email, or visit them. And as Sean mentioned, you can also visit the plan's website for more information. So this concludes our meeting for this evening. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to submit them to us. If you scan the QR code on the screen, you can contact Bestcore's member services team directly, who are happy to answer your questions you may have about your pension, current or future. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, thank you for joining us this evening. Have a wonderful evening.